Hi everyone, this is Victor Pandian. I'll be the instructor for you this session. Let us understand the Google dashboard over here. So at the top you can see the tools and settings. So under tools and settings we have planning, we have shared library, bulk action, measurement, and we have setups. So towards your right side you can see the performance planner. Now what is performance planner? The performance planner is a tool that lets you to create plans for your advertising spend. You might have spent some money previously, so this performance planner will give you the based on the response that you got in the previous campaign. This particular performance planner will tell you like how much you need to spend for the upcoming campaigns and see how changes to campaigns might affect key metrics and overall performance. Okay, so use performance planner. You can see the forecast for your campaign and explore the outcomes by adjusting campaign settings. Yeah. So below that you have something called as keyword planner. Now what is keyword planner? So keyword planner is a tool of Google Ads where we will be able to understand the search campaign keywords. So we will be getting the keyword suggestions by Google. Example, if I'm searching for interiors, I'll be getting the keywords related to interiors. Interiors, interior designers, interior decorators, everything related to the interiors. So this keyword planner, I can use it for my campaign, that is Google Ads. I can use it for my SEO also. I can use it for my blogs. I can use it for my website to optimize it. So keyword planner is one of the important tool that we have to use in digital marketing. So that plays a very vital role in Google Ads as well. Yeah. So below that you have an option of reach planner. Now what is reach planner? So Reach Planner is a Google Ads campaign planning tool designed to accurately plan for reach-based video campaigns across YouTube and video partner sites and the apps. So the format that can also be bought through the reservation campaign. So this particular Reach Planner is especially for the YouTube. Okay, so if I want to reach to more number of people, more number of I have to get more number of views. So for that I have to use this Reach Planner. Yeah. So the next one is ad preview and diagnosis. So once your campaign is ready, okay. So once your campaign is triggered, you need to understand like how my campaign looks. Okay, we have to check the preview, and for a particular keyword, I have to check like what kind of advertisement is being showing to the customer. So for that, I'll be using the ad preview and diagnosis. If there is some error or if whatever I've done it is not up to the expectation, then I have always an option of coming back to the existing campaign and I have an option of editing it. Okay, I can edit the existing campaign and make sure this reaches to the right audience in the market. Ultimate aim of any Google campaign is what? We are spending a lot of money to reach the right audience. So for that, this ad preview and diagnosis will be really helpful for you. So towards your right side that you can see the shade library. So this represents the master list of your Google Ads audience. You can create Google Ads audience that target specific topics area. So like remarketing audience based on whether people have come to your site and how they have interacted with it, or a combination of two or more. Like from there you can reference all of those audience within the shared audience library, or you can create a new audience from here as well. Yeah, so this is very helpful section for identifying the different uh, audience that are available in an account. And if you are working on an account type that you are familiar with, you that you can access the code for the accounts retargeting campaigns to ensure that the proper code is installed on the proper pages. So you'll be able to see the bidding strategy, negative keyword, and shared budget and location groups and placement exclusion. So you have multiple options over here where the as the name say shared library. You're going to share your entire strategy for the other campaigns. So what is negative keyword? So let's understand the bidding strategy first. Now what is bidding strategy? Google Ads offer several bidding strategies that are tailored to different types of campaign. Depending upon your campaign, your bidding strategy is also getting changed. Depending on which network your campaign is targeting, and whether you want to focus on getting clicks or impressions or conversions or views, you can determine which strategy is best for you. Okay, so this will clearly consider your goals. Now, what is conversion? Like if a person is coming to your website, you are expecting him to buy a product, that becomes a conversion. Or if a person is coming to your website, he is downloading an app or is downloading some brochure, that you can consider as a conversion. So the conversion depends from people to people. So what is click? If people have seen your advertisement on Google search engine, they'll be clicking on that particular link, that becomes a click. So that we call it as CPC campaign if we create it. Then we have impressions, like how many people are going to view your advertisement, and what is the expectation that you have. So that becomes the impression. So Google have different bidding strategies, so based on which we will be creating the campaigns. The next we have negative keyword. As the name say, it is negative. Yeah, a type of keyword that prevents your advertisement from being triggered by a certain word or a phrase. So your ads aren't shown to anyone who is searching for that phrase. This is also known as negative match. Now let's take an example. Let's say I'm going to focus on my digital marketing training. Is if a people in the market who is looking for free digital marketing training, which I'm not providing. So that free, it is a negative word. So what I have to do, I have to use a minus symbol for that free, or I can create a list of negative keyword for my entire campaigns. So that is your negative key match. Then under shared library, we have shared budget. So what is shared budget in Google Ads? In Google Ads, you can assign an average daily budget to each individual campaign, or use the shared budget to allocate budget across the multiple campaign also. When a shared budget is in use, Google Ads can automatically adjust how budget is allocated across the different campaign to help you to improve your return on investment. So I might have spent a certain amount. So what is the reinvestment? What is the return that I'm getting based on the investment? So that you can do it under this particular option called shared budget. Then we have location group. Now what is location group? Location group make it easier to promote nearby business location with your ads. So you add together sets of business location and create ads based on their location details in your campaign. Now we can set a location group, which is also known as, also allows you to target your ads based on those specific locations. So a location group is a select group of business listing that's collectively managed by an organization or user group. Sorting your location into group make it easier to manage multiple location and make them organized. You can apply changes and share access to multiple listing at once. So as the name says shared library, you can share the multiple options over here. The next we have placement exclusion list. As the name say, placement exclusion, where you don't want to show your advertisement. You want to exclude that particular place where you don't want to show your advertisement. That is placement exclusion list. Now, just as you can target placement in the Google Display Network and your YouTube to show your advertisement like specific pages, specific sites and videos, you can also exclude placement where you don't want your ads to show in. Especially in particular, you might exclude websites or domain that aren't appropriate for your brand. Let's take an example. Suppose if I'm targeting a campaign, if I'm creating a campaign for my digital marketing training, I would not show my advertisement website like who is selling a e-commerce platform, because people coming there, they are in a mentality they can buy some products, not services. So it depends upon your product or services. You have to create a list where you can exclude, where you don't want to show your advertisement over there. Okay. Now, towards your right side, we can see the bulk action. As the name say, we can create bulk action and we can create a rules on that. So it is a way to edit more than one thing in your account. That is your campaign, that is your ad account. At the same time, using bulk editing help you to save your time by simultaneously updating multiple items in one single campaign. or across multiple campaigns. Google Ads offers variety or various tools and features to help you make bulk edits to your account. Yeah. So the bulk edits is really helpful when you're focusing on multiple campaigns, you have multiple ad groups, you have multiple ads, you have multiple exclusion. You have to set the rules or you have to create a script or you can upload it from your system as well. So towards your right, you can see the conversion that is under measurement, and we have Google Analytics and we have attribution over there. Now, what is conversion? So conversion, as the name say, conversion. Okay. So to make it easier to measure your progress towards your defined goal, you can set up a conversion tracking as you can create a new campaign. If you don't have a conversion tracking in the place, when you create a campaign, you will see a new step to create a conversion action with the default settings based on your goal. Now, Google has made it very strict. Whenever you're creating the campaign, you have to focus on the conversions because you have to understand you're spending money. You have to understand how the conversions are happening. A conversion in Google Ads is when a user performs some specific action after clicking an advertisement or viewing a display network ad such as purchasing a product, installing a mobile app, or signing up for an email list. You can keep track of user who call, buy a product, install a mobile app, or many more. What you consider as a conversion that can be tracked under this conversion. As the name say, it will come under the measurement. Then we have Google Analytics. So Google Analytics is a beautiful tool, like you will be able to understand what is customer doing on your website, from which location they are using and which gadget they are using, or which advertisement they have clicked and where they have gotten. You'll be able to understand each and every single thing under the Google Analytics under measurement. Then we have attribution. Attribution model let you choose how much credit each ad interaction gets for your conversion. So attribution model can give you a better understanding of how your ad perform, can give you the better understanding how your ad perform and can help you optimize across the conversion journey. So attribution model, according to Google, an attribution model is the rule or set of rules that determine how credit for sales and conversion is assigned to the touch point in the conversion path. So which is equally important. You can focus on the last click attribution or the first click attribution or linear attribution. You can focus on that. So towards your right side, you can see the setup, like you have basic settings like business data, policy manager, access and security, linked accounts. Now what will come under linked accounts? So linked accounts are like we can link our Google Ads account with the Google Merchant Center. We can link our account with the Google Analytics. We can link with the Google My Business. So that will come under the Google accounts. So preferences, I can change my account ID. So basic information about my account and other details that you can do the changes under preferences. Then at last we have Google Merchant Center where we can integrate our account with the Google Merchant Center for creating a shopping campaign. So that's a overview about the dashboard. So once we are doing practically, we'll be getting into deeply understanding like one by one. Okay, so whenever it is necessary, we'll be using a particular tools. So all you need to do is click upon this tools and settings at the top. You'll be getting this list over here. So whichever tool that is you're going to use, that you want to utilize, you can utilize them. All right. Hope this session was very informative. So let us meet again in our next session. Thank you.